What's up YouTube? I'm GODSANGRYHANDS and today we are playing Anthem. Now I'm using this new Interceptor build I've been playing with for a couple of days, and this one is the Reneris Charge of Death. And I like it because it's got something special. Now, as you know, I'm using the target beacon because that's the best thing to use. It gives you the most amount of damage just, for you and your team. But I'm running two detonators. The first detonator I'm running is the Reneris Charge, which I love. It's really good looking and it's a fun thing to use. And I'm also using the Sudden Death. Now, Sudden Death is a shield killer. I love it. It is a lot of fun. And if you have one of those flying enemies that are sniping you or using their machine guns, you can fly over to them and hit them with this, and it'll not only knock them down, but it takes their shield away. Now, you might be asking, why would I run two detonators? It's because of the weapons I've chosen to use. Rounder's Blaze sets them on fire after a 5-hit streak. And the Siege Breaker freezes them in place after a 3-hit streak, which is awesome, which means I'm getting two different kinds of primes, which is fire and ice. Let's take a look at the components I'm using. Now, Conductive Lattice is a great one to use. Performing a small melee hit streak detonates an electric explosion after 3 hits. We've got the Wave of the Resolve. Dashing increases melee damage by 40% for 10 seconds, which is awesome and very big. And this actually works with the Reneris Charge, so you don't actually have to dash, do a single dash or a triple dash. You can use the Reneris Charge and this will kick in. Awesome. The Way of the Swift, as you can see, an L1 hit increases R1 damage by 50% for 5 seconds. That's super great. Now, the Way of the Bold, defeating an enemy with a melee restores 20% armor. Also great for survivability. We've got the Survival Algorithm. Clearing a negative status recharges shields by 20%. It can occur once every 10 seconds. And we've got the Elusive Talisman. Dashing 3 times refills the equipped weapons magazine. Great for any weapons you use, but also great when you're running a double sniper build, especially something like the Truth of Tarsus, which has a rather long reload time. So let's jump into a match and take a look. And we're going to do a quick, I think that we will do, let's do a stronghold. So we'll do a quick stronghold and we'll check out this build. Now, I like to run consumables. I kind of switch up which ones I run depending on what I'm doing. But this time I'm going to run these 3 because I kind of like running those ones. They're a lot of fun to use. So let's jump into a quick match and we'll see how well this build runs. One of the things I can say that I wish there was in this game, which I haven't seen yet, is an acid gun. I mean, we've got fire, we've got ice, we've got electricity. I wish there was an acid status weapon of some sort, because, I mean, to throw that on this build, I would probably take off the fire and put the acid on, because, I mean, then you'd get that buff as well. Now, using the target beacon, that gives you a lot of chances to take even more damage off. And a lot of times I tend to throw it at bosses, but I'm actually practicing throwing it at lower enemies more, especially in groups, because once you've hit one enemy with it and you take them out, depending on how much time is left, it'll jump to another enemy instantly. It normally lasts about 15 seconds with 30 seconds taken to recharge it, so it is also very, very useful. And you can have a lot of fun with it, and it makes this build outstandingly strong. But I will say that I'm missing my toxic status. I wish there was a firearm that gave me that, because it would just make the game great. Well, it would certainly augment this build in a new way. And I can't wait for them to come up with something like that. BioWare, if you're listening, give us a nice toxic gun. I think it will be a lot of fun. All right, we're in. You guys enjoy the gameplay. I'm going to run through this real quick.
That's a combination I could do without.
Last thing we need are these bastards getting creative. Corvus said they've hit multiple caravans.
Speaking of Corvus, Hachi and Sev.
Freelancer, ready to put your javelins to test?
Now, I'm going to put the sniper on real quick, and I'm going to show you how I like to use the Reneris Charge once I've frozen something. Now, this guy just put a tox on it, which is nice. Reneris Charge. Sudden Death. Sudden Death again, because mine has 100% charges, and that turret is done. Now, one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to collect the first couple of echoes that we have here, and I'm going to plant them. But something that I like to do when I play this a lot is I tend to go up the back way. Fly up this way, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to get the echoes at the top. I'm not really trying to speed run this right now, but this is one of the methods I like to use to get this stuff done rather quickly. and give my teammates a chance to, you know, do what they want to do while they're down there. I'm going to get these echoes and get them out of the way. You know, one of the reasons I like to do this is because my frame is so quick that by the time we actually get up here as a team, it gives my teammates a chance to focus on just firing down the enemies and not worrying about getting the echoes as much. Now you see we've got this turret here. Let's just take a second and freeze it. Oh, let's get that reload on the dash, which also increases my melee it's 20 seconds. And I charge. Oh yeah, sudden death. Another sudden death to finish it, and we're done. Let's deliver these charges now. Alright, now we're at 5 of 8. I'm gonna grab this one here. Could be another one upstairs right here. Oh, maybe somebody else already got it. Alright, I'm not gonna worry about it for now. Let's just deliver this one. Now we're at 6 of 8, and we got the other 2 upstairs. Let's go ahead. I'm telling you, this Reneris charge into this sudden death is a destroyer. Now, one of the things you'll have to take a look at when you go back in the video is the fact that both my Reneris charge and my sudden death have 100% charges. What that means is I get 2 charges for the price of 1, which is just super awesome. I love that. Reneris charge, sudden death, shield is gone, enemy's gone. Okay, he's up in the air, sudden death, come down here. Take care of this guy shooting us in the air as well. Charge, sudden death, shield is gone. Shortly thereafter, and he's gone. I love this thing. This is actually my new favorite build. I did really enjoy using the Interceptor build, which is one of the builds I was working on first, but when I started getting all this gear and I put it all together on this build, this has been my go-to Interceptor build for a long time. Take out that turret. Target beacon, freeze it, Reneris charge, sudden death, and look at that. Thing's almost done. Now it's gone. Bye, turret. Sudden death. Alright. Charge, put my ammo back. Reneris charge. And look at that. It's over. Now we'll just clean up the last of these enemies here. I tell you, this reminds me of my old Mass Effect Andromeda days. There was an attack, and I don't recall the name in this moment, but it had that flying fist move. Get down here. And it was a lot of fun to use, and having it again in this game, I've always loved charge moves like that, where you can fly across a map and do a bunch of damage on a single target. Awesome. So help my teammate. Somebody got him good. Alright. Now, I'm not going to say that this is the most powerful build, because again, if I could add toxin to this build, it would make it even stronger, I believe. But that, in this case, is what the target beacon is for. One on the one target regardless. And that is why I wish I had some sort of toxin on a weapon so I could augment this build in that fashion. That would make it just better. Oh, is that an ice? Let's get him. Oh, the teammates are down. Let's go and help them. There's one thing that's important in this game, man, keeping your teammates alive. Everybody goes down sometimes, but gotta keep the team alive. Keep the team alive. I mean, very honestly, even if these guys were down, me and one other person, or me just on my own, would have pretty much taken out everything else. But, why do all the work? Get your teammates up, everybody has some fun. Sudden death. And I'll even Reneris charge them from right here, just for fun. We're finished now. Oh, who dares? Alright. Now, if you notice, I kind of only use the weapons when I want to. It seems like a silly thing to say, but I mean, something like this, freeze this guy, right? Charge him, kick him, and look how much health he's done. I didn't even use the target beacon on this one. That's awesome. This game is so much fun. Oh, and today is the first day after the latest update that we got, increasing our drop rates and such. So I can tell you on a match that I played earlier this morning, from one chest, I was able to get 4 Masterworks. And I think I got a purple that went with it. So that was kind of awesome. It's nice not to see greens and whites anymore, because there are some days you'd open a chest and you'd have like 4 whites, and it was just far too much after doing something on Grandmaster 1. I don't believe on Grandmaster 1 that I should ever see anything that's a white or a green. You know, and plus the green, sometimes when they're in amongst other things, you get fooled thinking it's a legendary, and it is not. And that's extremely disappointing to me. So get the dash on, get that melee up, freeze the turret, reload the gun, Reneris charge, sudden death, and look at that, half of it's gone. Alright, let's do it again. Oh, somebody else is working. Alright, let's get this guy over here. Wanna shoot at me? I shoot myself at you. Go to sleep. Get this turret. Where it fires on us. There we go. And if you notice, Wave the Swift and Resolve of Strength is there because I did the Reneris charge. Take out this turret. Let's get the reload. We do the triple dash, which gives us a melee, and reloads our gun. Reneris charge. Sudden death. And look at this. The turret is almost dead. And this is Grandmaster 1, so I think I'll be moving up to Grandmaster 2 and 3 shortly. Look at that. His shield is done now, and now he is to get this guy down here. Yeah, look at this. I love this build. This build is so strong. And just really, it's a lot of fun to use. For me personally, things have to be beautiful when I do them. And that Reneris charge, it is just a gorgeous thing. And then you hit that with a sudden death. Oh, it's like, reminds me of Street Fighter. It's like the sonic kick, sonic boom of kicks. That guy's got our teammate, that's good. Drop this, we'll give this guy a charge. Kick, he's finished. And we'll get this guy too. He's using the shield up. I just know it. Another kick, yeah. Sleep now, he's tired. Let's get these guys up here. I know this guy's gonna try to snipe. And you know, I will say as well, this Reneris charge, especially when you're going up against snipers, you know, they can be just about to shoot you, and you Reneris charge, and you know, you can get away with, you know, maybe saving yourself a hit. All right, we've got one more to get. All right, my teammates got it. Cool. Go somewhere over here so that when the boss drops in, I get the drop on him. Where is he? There he is. So, stop here. I'm gonna freeze him down. Oh no, I'm gonna run out of. Oh no, let's see. Charge there. There we go. Frozen. Hit him with a target beacon. Alright, charge. Get out of here because we're about to die. I don't want that. Oh, oh. Let's get some shields back, see if we can find some health. He's got some health for me. Let's find them. My teammates are down. Okay, we'll get them up in a second. Gotta make sure I can stay alive first. There's some health. Charge this down. Alright. And one thing about the sudden death, that spinning kick move can hit groups. So if you've got more than, I'm overheated and gotta get out of here. See, this is why I like to clear the bombs out in this area, because sometimes you need a place to run to. Let's get rid of that one real quick, just in case. And his friend sleep now. And this is why you want to get abilities. You want to save the abilities that say 100% charges. Because if you notice back there, I went to hit that guy and I fell off the cliff, or I didn't quite make it up there. And I used the sudden death, but because I have 100% charges, I was instantly able to hit him with the second one, like right away, which is super important. This guy's got a shield. And see, if you notice, the Reneris charge, because it's electricity, it takes out the first half of the shield, and then the sudden death gets rid of the rest of it. I mean, that's awesome. You can shield it enemies. Get the keys, you can get these motes. Little Destiny reference there for you. A little deposit the motes, Diego. We'll get this done. Get on that chest. Alright, maybe we'll storm. Alright, we are done. Here's the last foe. There he is. Alright. Let's go get our chest. Get our goodies. Let's see. Oh, a bunch of purples this time.
What was that?
No masterwork. So that's like 5 purples.
Hate to say it, but that thing is probably what's producing the eggs.
Let's go.
If we don't get rid of the source.
The scars will come back and keep making weapons. Faye, find me a way underground.
Already done.
Now it's funny because I've had the Masterwork Reneris charge for a long time, and I didn't use it for a little bit. But then I decided to jump on it and get out of my way, grab it. But then I decided to throw it on, and just the fact that it's electric and it takes away half of something's shield, that is big. And then you partner that with a sudden death, which takes out the rest of the shield. I mean, the Reneris charge, I haven't noticed yet if I hit one person in a group, if it hits all their shield, but for sure, the sudden death, that's been this thing right here, that will hit a group. That will hit a group all at once. And again, because it's a detonator, I mean, you get all kinds of damage from it. You can get groups. And you know what? I like to kill the spiders and the stuff in here. One of my buddies got a legendary today doing this. And I know I've gotten one in here too. I think this is actually where I got my legendary Reneris charge. So for all of those of you who like to, you know, speed run and not kill everything, I like everything to die, man. It's odd, every now and again you will get masterworks and things from killing something small like that. Get this right here. Alright. My teammates did the work. Alright. Jump down this hole. Going for a swim.
Wow. It's almost peaceful down here.
This game is so beautiful. I love this game. Look at that. I got struck by lightning and it's so beautiful. Look at my effect. I wish that I could use that as a primer when I get struck by other things. But, I mean, can't have everything.
That's a lot of eggs.
You know what they say? You've got to crack a few eggs to make an omelette.
I don't want that omelette.
I don't want that omelet. You know, I say that almost every time I play this
Another
game.
relic.
I think that
Careful,
line just cracks me
freelancer.
up.
It's unstable.
I hate it when they do that.
What do we do now?
Gather the fragments and silence the relic.
Watch this. And I hit them all. See, that's one thing about sudden death. It is the group killer. Not only does it deal with shields, but if you come across a group of things that are frozen like that, I mean, if I didn't have any super energy, that would have given me at least half, maybe more. I love the sudden death. I can't say enough how much I love playing this build. There's so many other builds I played in this game that were a lot of fun too, but there's something about this one. It's just the way that it works, man. And I get to kill shields twice. And I get to teleport across a map. I mean, you saw me killing the snipers earlier. I mean, that in itself was just more fun than I've had with a lot of other builds. You know, you can even use that teleport to get you out of places. You know, if you're in a battle and there's a bunch of battles going on and where you are is no good and you don't have a chance to maybe, you know, maybe you just want to get away in a fancier fashion. I love the Reneris charge. It is one of the best things for me in this game. I'm sure you will have your own preference, as we all do. But Reneris charge, my friends, oh, I love it. Surprised I didn't get up there that time. And you know what else too, is Reneris charge will focus on these things as well. So these things count as enemies. And now it's gone. Don't worry, machine gun guy. I'll be back to you in a second. Just deposit these motes.
Almost done. Only a few fragments left.
Hey, free lights up.
Let's go. I know.
These look extra powerful.
I need one more. Somebody's probably got it. Go to sleep. There you go. You're tired. That was actually an accident. That wasn't trying to target beacon this thing. But see how it didn't go to that, but it jumped to something else. And you know, not having the acid effect, using the target beacon, like I said, gives you another chance to get the same sort of damage, although it's only really on one enemy rather than having it on a group, like anything you hit. See, now my target beacon's on that guy.
Door's still closed and there's nodes everywhere.
Give it a minute. It should work itself out. Should. Energy readings are stabilizing.
Right.
Albeit slowly. Just stay in the center. Any interference will cause the energy to spike again.
Right. Now, when we get to the boss, I'm going to show you one of the other uses, like another way. There are so many different ways to use the Reneris charge, man. It is just target beacon, fly it, hit it, use the sudden death, and then just use your melee. And by the time you've meleeed 2 or 3 times, it's ready, like Reneris charge is ready again, and sudden death is ready. Because again, each of those abilities has 100% charges. And I'm telling you, I didn't realize how important 100% charges, because I didn't really know what it did until, you know, you can look things up online, look it up on Reddit, watch other people's YouTube videos, and you will find out the information. And, you know, it's really getting a handle on how the abilities you like to use work and how successful you become using them, because they're so good. I love this game. In case I haven't said it this video, and I should have already, I love this game. I don't care what anybody says about it. Yes, the game has a few problems here and there. There's probably a few things they shouldn't have launched with, but, you know, if I had to wait 6 months, I guess I wouldn't have known any better, but I'm glad I didn't have to wait. You know? I love this game. It's just, it's so much fun. So much fun, man. I think a lot of people put out videos discussing the problems that this game has, and that's okay, that's fair. But I think one thing that they don't do is talk enough about how much fun the game is right now. You know, there's never been a perfect video game put out. Does that mean they couldn't put it out in a better state? No. They could have certainly done a little bit more work, especially after 6 years, but I love this game. I will never shit on this game. You know, the load screens, they've fixed it, you know. Some people have said wait 6 months and it'll be better. Well, I'm gonna play it for those 6 months and I'll be strong. I'll be stronger by the time we get there, and I love it. I love playing this game, and I don't know what else to say other than that. I love this game. It is You've got 4 characters of bliss, 4 javelins of joy to use, and you can set them up any way you want. I haven't even gone back to my storm. I used to call myself a storm ranger because I love the storm and I love the ranger. I love the storm because it's fairly versatile in the fact that it has, it has a couple of different abilities you can use, and you can stay out of the fire and you can prime the battlefield for your friends. And then I went back to the ranger for a bit, and I loved how jumpy and movie and all that kind of stuff that the ranger was. And then I tried the interceptor and I sucked with it, and I put the interceptor away. And then one day I took it out again. Never feel afraid to go back to something you've tried that you didn't do well with, because you'll find that when you're playing with one javelin, you'll get drops for the other ones. And you know what? That is awesome, because that allowed me to, play in my storm for the first 2 weeks of this game and play a little bit on my ranger. And then by the time I was ready to come back to this character, I had a lot of drops from playing with the other frames. I call it frames a lot. You'll hear me say that because I'm an old Warframe player, but I'm telling you, playing on other javelins on occasion will give you a drop for a different javelin that you're not on. And as annoying as it can be sometimes when you're really trying to build up the one that you have, it gives you the opportunity to do something like this, to learn something about a frame or a javelin that you didn't think you liked. And now I'm an interceptor main. Like, playing on other frames is all I think about is getting back on this and using the abilities that this has. And I mean, I loved my storm, it's great. But you guys, try all the javelins. They're all so much fun. I haven't actually worked on my Colossus yet. That'll be probably in the next month once I can tear myself away from this interceptor again. But I'm telling you, I think just my playstyle is more interceptor. I like to be in there, right in there up in its face, getting stuff done, man. That's just the way that I do it. The storm, when I was getting used to this game, gave me a chance to kind of learn more about the environment, and but I always missed being up close. And you try to get up close with the storm, and you can do that because you can freeze things and then get in there and do the melee. Like I used to do the flying melee, where I'd freeze something and I'd fly straight towards it, and I would just melee like that, which was a lot of fun. But if you want to melee, if you want to punch, this is the frame you want. This is the one. I mean, I've been talking about, earlier in the video how I like to freeze things with my guns and I can combo. I use the other abilities so much, sometimes I forget that I can do that. And I'll show you an example of how I beat bosses now. So I'll take up my gun, I'll hit it with a toxin, or I'll hit it with some kind of status, I'll fly into it, get the buff, and then I use my sweeper. Like that. And then I do it a little smoother than that, but all these lights, this reminds me of playing Warframe. It's so beautiful. Having all these attacks. Where you going, buddy? Oh yeah. I love the Reneris cards. Did I say that yet? I think I did. Now, one of the things I like to do at this stage, of course, is work on getting my super back, which means getting combos. Now, I put that ass on fire. Boom, boom, I put that ass on fire. Boom, boom, I put that ass on fire. Now, if I was using my toxin build with the venom spray, I would have more than likely had my super back a little bit quicker. But we've got some storms here. I'm getting some combos regardless. I've almost got my full super. And sudden death. And there's cards. Oh, he's got a status again. Let's hit him. And with the target beacon, even though you guys can't see that, that's what I just did. He's on fire. Round is blaze. There's my super. Go to sleep. Let me tell you, man. I love this game. This game is too much fun. It is more fun than more fun than other shit. I tell you that much. especially when you have a good team. Listen, those are three random people. I don't know any of them, but all of them. That Storm was doing his job, freezing things all the time, and whoever had the toxin, they were intoxicating things. You can take advantage of status with the Interceptor so much that it makes the game so much fun to play. I mean, even more so for me than using the other javelins. You know, just get into this game, man. Get into this game, get it, try all 4 of the javelins, figure out which one works for you. I promise you, you will have fun. Yes, sometimes the load screen takes a little while. Ooh, you gotta wait 30 seconds to play. Ugh. I'm telling you, man, it only hurts because I want to play the game so much, but I'm telling you, this game is a lot of fun. There are so many great things to do here, and I don't know what else to say. I love this game. I'll be playing it for a long, long time, and I don't care what anybody else is playing. I'll be playing this. Let's take a look at our rewards now and see what we get. Executioner, no shit. What's this? Serpent's Veil. This is a great piece of gear. I like it. But again, in the inscriptions at the bottom, you always want to be looking for those 100% charges. I believe I've already got one of these with 100% charges, so that one's going to be going into the scrap pile. What's this? Renewed Courage. I don't use this one. I think I already have 1 or 2 of these and I don't use it, but anyway guys, that's the video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and love Anthem. Play Anthem. Destroy things in Anthem. This is God's Angry Hands, and we will see you next time.